Many thanks for joining us on Chris TV 254 Football Analysis. I'm your host, Crescent Oma. And of course, today I'm being joined by one of the football pundits. She is Sain Kempe. And of course, we shall be looking at the biggest match of the weekend. Of course, in Premier League, this is Manchester City hosting Liverpool. And of course, we shall also be looking at the other fixtures which will be unfolding this weekend. And of course, to start with Saturday, Sheffield United host Bournemouth. Brighton have a Forest tour to tussle against Nottingham Forest. Bottom-placed Burnley hosts the Hammers. Luton Town entertains Palace. The injury-struggling Newcastle hosts the resurrected Chelsea. And of course, the Beast welcomes the 17-year-old misfiring Gunners on Saturday. And of course, on Sunday, we shall be having three fixtures. The frustrated Spurs goes eyeball to eyeball against the red-hot Aston Villa. The red-coloured Devils travel to Merseyside to clash against Everton. And Fulham sets a trap for Wolves in Craven Cottage Stadium. So stay with us till the end. You're welcome.
Thank you.
So maybe to start with this big game of the weekend, Manchester City against Liverpool. Who is an underdog in this match?
Well, for me, I guess Manchester City are the underdog in this match, and I have two reasons. Number one being that last game with Chelsea, Manchester City drew with Chelsea, and a lot of people were expecting Man City to win. As we all know, Chelsea has not been performing quite well in the previous games. So this brought a challenge to Man City. And the second reason being Erling Haaland will not be playing due to the injury. So it will be a negative thing to Man City, losing such a great striker.
So you concluded that Man City are coming as an underdog just because they drew 4-4 in an 8-goal thrill against Chelsea. But remember, Chelsea have not lost to any big club in Premier League this season.
Yes, it's true, but I'm basing my opinion on the expectations. There were high expectations that definitely Man City will beat Chelsea, only for them to be proven wrong.
So you just mentioned of Haaland. Do you think this will negatively affect Manchester City with his absence due to injury?
Yes, I guess it will affect them negatively because, as we all know, Haaland is a great striker and he uses every single opportunity he gets to strike a goal. But also we see that Alvarez will be replacing him. And Alvarez is also a great striker. But I guess it will be quite a challenge for Man City without Haaland.
Okay, it will be a challenge, of course, as you have said. And we've seen in some occasions, a couple of occasions, Alvarez coming in and fitting very well in Haaland's boots and scoring very many goals. Do you think he'll do that against Liverpool?
Okay, Liverpool is a tough team. They got great defenders. So he might act in as Haaland, but also it will be quite tough for him. Yes.
So people were saying that without Kevin De Bruyne, Manchester City will suffer. Kevin De Bruyne has missed a couple of matches, and when we look at the Premier League fixtures, or in let's talk of all competitions, in the last 5 fixtures, Manchester City has won 4 of the 5 fixtures, only to draw 4-4 against Chelsea in the last fixture. Has this not been proven right that without De Bruyne, Man City cannot perform?
It has been proven right. I mean wrong, because Kevin De Bruyne has not been around for a while, but Man City have been performing quite well. So that means without Haaland, I still stand by it will be tough.
So Haaland is actually having 13 goals this season. Mohamed Salah is having 10 goals this season. Do you see Mohamed Salah coming to reduce the goal margin between him and Haaland, who is the top scorer this season in Premier League?
Yeah, I think it's quite advantageous for Salah now that Haaland has an injury, because it will enable him to close in that small gap.
So Liverpool also looking at its fixtures in the last 5 fixtures, It has won 3, drew 1, and lost 1. How are they coming to face City? Are they coming to defend? Are they coming to attack? What's your take on it? Are they coming to defend so that they don't lose, or are they coming to attack to look for a win?
I think they're coming in both ways, to attack and to defend at the same time. As we all know, Man City are at the top of the table right now with 28 points. Liverpool following them closely with 27 points. So I guess they're coming to defend their second place and also to attack so that they can go and so that they can be at the top of the table.
So, all right. So, which Liverpool players are you seeing to be a threat to Manchester City?
Definitely the great Mohamed Salah and Gakpo and Luis Diaz.
What about the Manchester City players that will be a threat to Liverpool?
Alvarez, Foden, Grealish, Bernardo. There are quite many.
All right. And also just looking at the front, the strikers, Manchester City strikers, sometimes they haven't delivered in those big matches, especially in Champions League. And we've seen the midfield dominating the game and being the match being decided by midfielders. We saw this guy Kevin De Bruyne striking very well against Real Madrid, and Rodrigo, of course, scoring the only goal that won Manchester City their first ever UEFA Champions League. Do you think Manchester City's midfield will have a bigger say as they face Liverpool?
I think the midfield, Man City midfield, will have an added advantage to them in that game, because as you said, Rodrigo, sometimes when the strikers are not performing quite well, he comes in hand to help them. So I guess it will be in favor of Man City. The midfielders will be in favor of Man City.
So what's your take on also the Liverpool's midfield? We have the likes of this young man, Soboslai, the Hungarian. Of course, we saw him scoring a brace in the international matches. Will he be silenced by the likes of Rodrigo?
It will be quite tough for them, because as we see, they have like equal efforts, so it will be quite tough for both of them.
Okay, still with the same fixtures. We saw in the last 5 fixtures between Manchester City and Liverpool, only one match has ended with less than 4 goals. Of course, it went 1-0 in favor of Liverpool. The other matches, the 5 fixtures, ended with more than 4 goals. What's your take in this match? Shall we experience very many goals or fewer goals?
The match is quite tough. It's Liverpool against Man City, and both the teams have a good game, if I should say that. So I guess we'll be experiencing fewer goals, if not 2-1.
All right, so before we just move on to the prediction side, who is the greatest in English Premier League managerial profile? Is it Jurgen Klopp or Pep Guardiola? In comparison of the two, of course, we have the mighty Sir Alex Ferguson, and I don't want to go in deeper into that discussion. So between Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola, whom do you think has delivered more than the other?
I think Pep Guardiola, his team has won quite a lot of matches,
A treble last season.
They won the Champions League last season. But also on Jurgen Klopp's side, he came in to rescue Liverpool,
of course, after 3 decades without Premier League trophy, and at last he brought it. He won the Champions League, the Super Cup, the FIFA Club World Cup. Do you think he doesn't ascend slightly above Pep Guardiola?
No, I think Pep Guardiola still remains to be above Jurgen Klopp.
All right, and we still remember him, of course, during his era in Barcelona, during the tiki-taka era. Of course, that's something for another day. So maybe to finalize, what's your prediction?
On Liverpool side, definitely.
Scoreline? Maybe goals?
Goals, 2. As I said, we are going to experience very few goals, if not 0.
All right. Personally, I'll contradict her prediction. Of course, no Kevin De Bruyne, no Haaland, no problem. I go for Manchester 3-1 win over Liverpool. Actually, it has been a pleasure having you staying with us, with me here in this football analysis, and I believe we shall be meeting again next weekend to analyze more of the Premier League fixtures. So maybe to conclude, before we wrap up, where can you be found on social media platforms?
On Instagram, you can find me at Kempe Sein. On Facebook, Kempe Sein still. Yeah, and on TikTok, Sein Kempe.
Alright, so once again, it has been a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
And let's meet next time. So to you, our viewer, it has also been great and a pleasure having you with us since we began this football analysis here on Chris TV 254. I have been your host, Chris St. Oma, and I'll still continue to be with you every time. The same place, the same time, the same show. Enjoy your weekend because Premier League is back and football is us. Let's meet next time. Bye bye for now.